Hi guys and welcome to my channel. My name is Malaika and you are in Malaika Demelo's account. Today's video is another travel video. I went to the northern part of India in the month of May 2022. I had all the footage but I somehow lost interest and I decided I'm not going to post it on YouTube until my students, if you're watching this, thank you so much. Until my students encouraged me and said, Miss, we want to see your travel vlogs, please post something. Post anything for that matter. And that got me working and I thought, why not? It's February 2023. It's more than 8 months, but still I can always post my videos. It was a 17 days trip. Covered a lot of places like Mussoorie, Dehradun, Chimkobe, to Nainital, to Rishikesh, we went to Amritsar. And I'm sure that posting all these or trying to put in all travel content in one video makes no sense. I will try and post it into different parts. So welcome to the first part. School gets over by like the 1st of May is the last working day of an academic year. So once the day was over, we went back home, we packed our things, me and two of my other colleagues. And straight away, we came to Mumbai airport and we took a flight to Delhi. The journey itself was filled with so many learning opportunities. So let's get started. Good morning to everyone and welcome to this beautiful day. I'm traveling to a lot of places in the state of Uttarakhand. So once we reached Delhi, we did a mistake. We came out of the airport. We could have stayed inside the airport because metros don't run at night. I think so. They start early in the morning at 5. So we simply had to spend time at the metro station. And the metro is kind of connecting the airport. So at that point of time, like we were gutsy and we went there, but it was completely deserted. There was nobody there. So it was kind of scary, but it was safe as well. So we had to wait for like 2 hours at the metro station till the time our metros would begin in the morning, start in the morning. So plan accordingly. Once we reached the New Delhi metro station, we switched to the New Delhi normal station, and from there we boarded the Shatabdi Express that took us to Dehradun. This was my first time traveling through this train. It was a daytime journey. The train was really beautiful and there was a lot of leg space. They were offering us newspaper. The food was also really good. For vegetarians, they have given aloo tikki and some french fries. And for non-vegetarian, they had given omelette for their breakfast. On our way to Dehradun, I came across this station called as Moti Choor. It actually brought a smile on my face. And after a long journey, I finally reached Dehradun. Now, just outside the station, you walk a little ahead and you'll come across a taxi stand. Last year in the month of May, they were charging 1,410 rupees for an entire taxi. And we took one and we headed straight to Mussoorie. Now again, it's a pretty like 3-4 hours journey. Now if you have booked a place on the MG road side, remember taxis are not allowed here, private vehicles are allowed. So eventually we did not have a taxi or neither we had a private vehicle, so we had to either walk or take the manual rickshaws. So welcome to Mussoorie and come along, join me as I take you on a virtual trip to Mussoorie. Now we were really starving, so the first thing we did was we had chow mein and wow, it was like so yummy, and Maggie of course. So the rest of the day was dedicated only for checking out that particular area where we were staying, which is the MG Road of Mussoorie. We didn't plan anything else. We just planned to explore that space, the shopping area. We wanted to try some cafes over there. So that's the only thing we did on this particular day. That is the first day in Mussoorie. Now, while I was having momos at the street, I heard someone call my name and I bumped into a very old friend of mine. I was so happy. Then we went to a cafe called Cafe By the Way. I have done a detailed video on Instagram as well. You can check that out. It was one of the best cafes I have ever visited so far. So I learned something from my colleagues who were traveling with me is whenever you visit a place, wake up early and check out the place because at that time there is not a lot of crowd there. So that's what I did. I woke up really very early. I think so it was some 6:37 a.m. and I went around in the little lanes of Mussoorie and I came across this place called as Rawat Dhaba from where I had the most amazing bun maska and of course the chai. Who can miss the chai? Don't forget to try their parathas. Mussoorie has some amazing parathas. Once we did our morning travel and all, we had planned a day prior to take a tour, a city tour, and that's what we did. Our first place was, I think so, we called it the Happy Monastery. I'm not really sure what it was called, but we booked a small taxi and it took us around few places. Of course, we didn't go to Kempty Falls because that was really crowded and we were not really into going to a fall. We could just visit that in Maharashtra as well. Every place that you visit in Mussoorie will show you amazing flowers. So the next place we went was Company Garden and they have beautiful, beautiful flowers. Our next stop was Sir George Everest Heritage Park. It's a hike, and you basically go to the Everest Base Camp. This is not our Mount Everest. This is called as George Everest Base Camp, and it's a 1 kilometer hike, but it doesn't seem like 1 kilometer. The climate is really pleasant, so walking doesn't feel good, like doesn't feel bad. But I was not wearing the right footwear, so if you're going to Sir George Everest Heritage Park, remember to wear your hiking shoes. Look at the view. This place gives you an amazing view of the valley. So I was standing there and soaking in that entire experience. Now by this time it was I think so 3:30 p.m. of say 4 p.m. something. So we were really hungry. So I just grabbed an ice cream. And you will also see these kind of daisies everywhere. We wanted to have our meal, but we thought if we'll first finish our trip, then come back to Mussoorie. And there we went to Citrion Cafe, again another amazing cafe. And this was a good meal. It was late, but still. This place is right next to the Mussoorie library. Like even if you're going ahead, you will cross this place. So do check it out. It's really amazing. Another famous restaurant here is the Khalsang restaurant, and there's huge line to enter in this restaurant. So I would suggest to check it out. Though I was not really fond of their food, but like each one has a different flavor, so you can definitely check out their food. Very next to Khalsang is this Cambridge book depot where Ruskin Bond comes to read books at times. Chandler book depot also. And then we ended this day. My colleague wanted to shop something, so we ended this day by shopping. Welcome to day 3 of the trip. This was the day when we were going to say goodbye to Mussoorie and head to our next destination. As usual, I woke up early, went around in the place, and I found this roadside Maggie. So I decided I'm going to try Maggie for my breakfast and some omelette and bread as well. And how can I miss the school children? So I was encouraging these school children who were going to school. Now we had issues with our stay. Thanks to Hotel Rockstone, they gave us this stay last minute. He was such a gentleman, he even came to drop us. And thus we said goodbye to Mussoorie and headed to our next destination.